First permanent molar to calcify and erect. It is known as sixth molar tooth. Why? Its number in the lower arch is 6 and its eruption date is 6 years. Functionally, it is considered at the key of occlusion. They are named first 6-year molar, second 12-year molar, and third molar is for the wisdom tooth. They are the largest and the strongest teeth in the mandibular arch. Mandibular molars crowns are much larger than those of mandibular premolars in all dimensions except occlusal gingivae, where they are slightly shorter. Their general size normally decreases from first molar to third molar. Mandibular molars functions with the maxillary molars in grinding, and their form, root structure, and bone supports are suited to this role. A review of features which serve to differentiate mandibular and maxillary molars includes: number one is crowns, which are wider mesodistally than buccolingually. Crowns which are rectangular or pentagonal from the occlusal aspect. Crowns which are rhomboidal and inclined to the lingual from a proximal aspect. Major cusps, of which there are always two lingual cusps of approximately the same size. The presence of two roots is most cases. Chronology. For evidence of calcification at birth, enamel completed 2.5 to 3 years, eruption 6 to 7 years, roots completed 9 to 10 years. Numbering system: universal number, mandibular right first molar 30, mandibular left first molar is 90. Mandibular right first molar right 6 and left 6. In average system, right first molar 6 and mandibular left first molar 3 6. General form and function. The first molar is the largest and strongest tooth in the lower arch. It normally exhibits 5 functional cusps and the first molar is the largest and strongest tooth in the lower arch. It normally exhibits 5 functional cusps and 2 well-developed roots. The crown is wider mesodistally than buccolingually, and in fact, the mesodistal dimension is greater than that of any tooth in the mouth. The crown is relatively short occlusal cervically, the only dimension which is normally less than that of the teeth interior to it. It displays a trapezoidal outline from the buccal and lingual, and exhibits a rhomboidal form from either proximal aspect. From the occlusal, the general outline is pentagonal. In mastication, it functions with the other molars in grinding. Number of surfaces: it has 5 surfaces: buccal, lingual, mesial, distal, and occlusal. Number of roots: it has roots, 2 roots, 5 lobes. Buccal aspect. The geometrical outline trapezoidal. Mesial. The geometric line. The geometric outline trapezoidal with small uneven side present cervically. Mesial outline concave till the contact area at the junction of the occlusal and middle 1/3 and convex occlusal to the contact. Distal outline straight till the contact area beneath the distal cusp ridge. The distal margin is generally more convex than the mesial outline. Buccal groove. This is the buccal groove. This is the distobuccal groove. It is divided into 3 portions by 2 grooves. Buccal groove. क्या कह रहे हो? आवाज नहीं आ रही, मैं आपका ऑडियो बंद है। बंद है। Now occlusal outline formed by 3 curves, mesiobuccal, distobuccal and distal. The occlusal margin is wider than the outline at the cervical. It is divided into 3 portions by 2 grooves. Buccal groove, distobuccal groove. Cervical outline straight with dipping into the root bifurcation. Anatomical landmarks, 2 developmental grooves, mesiobuccal and distobuccal, cervical ridge at the cervical 1/3. Developmental depressions run mesiodistal in the middle 1/3. Roots. The roots twice the length of the crown. The axes of the roots are inclined distally. Root trunk 3 millimeter. Deep developmental grooves extend on the root trunk. This is the buccal aspect, trapezoidal in shape. All five visible, the lingual cusp since background, wider mesiobuccal cusp, mesiobuccal developmental groove. This is a buccal pit. Cervical line curves apically and shows sharp tip pointing towards furcation. Mesial root has mesial axis up to half its length and then curve distally. Small distal cusp, distobuccal cusp. This is the distobuccal developmental groove, short root trunk. Distal root has straight distal axis. Lingual aspect. Lingual convergence. Mesial outline straight till the contact area at the junction of the occlusal and middle one third. Distal outline convex till the contact area beneath the distal cusp ridge. This is a trapezoidal in shape. Occlusal outline formed by two lingual cusps, mesiolingual and distrolingual cusps of nearly equal width. Cervical outline irregular with dipping into the root bifurcation. Anatomical landmarks, lingual developmental groove. This is a lingual developmental groove. On lingual aspect, one groove present, and buccal aspect, two grooves present. Distobuccal and distobuccal groove and mesiobuccal groove. This is a buccal aspect, this is a lingual. The root trunk appears longer on the lingual surface due to the occlusal position of cervical line. Lingual convergence. Lingual cusp at the higher level at the sharper than the buccal cusp. Lingual developmental groove. Lingual surface narrow due to the lingual convergence of crown. Irregular cervical line. Mesiolingual cusp is more pointed than mesiobuccal cusp because it is out of occlusion. The cervical line slants occlusally from the buccal to the lingual side. Anatomical landmarks, contact area centered buccolingual below the crest of marginal ridge. This is the marginal ridge. This is the contact area. Deep developmental depressions on the medial surface of the root. Lingual inclinations of the crown. These are rhomboidal shape. Sharp lingual cusp. Convex lingual outline with height of contour at middle third. Mesial contact area. This is a mesial contact area. Developmental depressions. Height of buccal contour at cervical third. Convex buccal outline. Blunt buccal cusp and lingual inclinations of the crown. In distal aspect, the crown is shorter distally. there is a distal conversion. Distal marginal ridges is U-shaped, shorter, and more cervically than mesial marginal ridge. Distal contact area located below the distal cusp. Most of occlusal surface seen from the distal aspect. This is the distrobuccal cusp, distrobuccal developmental groove, straight cervical line, distal contact area broader, developmental depressions on distal root surface. Most of occlusal surface seen from distal aspect, distal marginal ridge at a lower level than the mesial. Distal surface is shorter and narrow than the mesial surface. Next is the occlusal surface. Occlusal surface geometric outline hexagonal. The crown measurements is larger than mesiodistal than buccolingual. The crown converges lingually and distally. The occlusal form is roughly pentagonal in shape. The distal portion of the buccal outline tapers towards the lingual to create the fifth side of the outline. The crown is wider mesiodistally than buccolingually, and it is widest mesiodistally towards the buccal and widest buccolingually toward the mesial. Buccal outline. The buccal outline is separated into three sections by the two developmental buccal grooves. The relative length of the three portions decreases distally so that the mesiobuccal is the longest. This is a mesiobuccal is the longest. Distrobuccal is next and distal is the shorter. Mesiobuccal is the larger cusp, second is the distrobuccal cusp, and third is the distal. The buccal line angles are quite rounded, especially when compared to those of interior teeth and premolars. Lingual outline. The lingual margin is divided into two slightly convex portions by the lingual groove. This is the lingual groove. The mesial portion is slightly the longer of the two. Mesial outline. The mesial outline is divided into two approximately equal segments by the mesial marginal groove. Distal outline. The distal is the shortest of the four margins and consists of two convexities separated by the distal marginal groove. Boundaries. The occlusal table is bounded proximally by the two marginal ridges and on the buccal and lingual by the mesial and distal cusp ridges of the five cusps. Components of the occlusal table. Number one is the cusps. There are normally five cusps, all of which are functional, although the distal cusp is much smaller than the others. Despite the name, the distal cusp is grouped with the mesiobuccal and distrobuccal cusps as one of the three buccal cusps. However, from the buccal or occlusal aspects, the reason for this grouping is evident. Mesiobuccal cusp. The mesiobuccal cusp is the bulkiest cusp and the longest of the three buccal cusps, although they're rather blunt and rounded. The mesiobuccal cusp has four cusp ridges. Buccal cusp ridge. The buccal cusp ridge extends cervically from the cusp tip about halfway down the buccal surface. Lingual cusp ridge extends lingually to the end at the mesial portion of the central groove. It is the longest and most prominent of the four ridges. Mesial cusp ridge. The cusp ridge extends mesially to the mesiobucco-occlusal point angle area. Distal cusp ridge. It extends distally to the buccal groove. Distrobuccal cusp ridge, except for the distrobuccal cusp is the smallest of the cusp and it has a rounded tip. The distrobuccal cusp has four cusp ridges. Buccal cusp ridge The buccal cusp ridge extends cervically from the cusp tip about halfway the width of the buccal surface. Lingual cusp ridge. The lingual cusp ridge extends mesolingually to the area of the central pit. Mesial cusp ridge. This cusp ridge extends mesially to the buccal groove. Distal cusp ridge. It extends distally to the distrobuccal groove. The four inclined planes of both the mesiobuccal and distrobuccal cusps are named similarly to those of other posteriority. The inclined planes of the three buccal cusps are all functional, while only the buccal two are functional on the lingual cusps. Third is the mesiolingual cusp, along with the distrolingual and mesiolingual cusp is the longest and sharpest of the cusps, and it is the second in size to the mesiobuccal cusp. There are four cusp ridges: buccal cusp ridge. The buccal cusp ridge extends from the cusp tip distrobuccally to end at the mesial portion of the central groove. Lingual cusp ridge. The lingual cusp ridge extends cervically about halfway down the lingual surface. Mesial cusp ridge. This cusp ridge extends mesially to the mesiolinguo-occlusal point angle area. It extends distally to end at the lingual groove. The distrolingual cusp is quite sharp, but is slightly smaller in size than the mesiolingual cusp. The distrolingual cusp has four cusp ridges. Buccal cusp ridge. The buccal cusp ridge extends from the cusp tip mesiobuccally to end in the area of the junction of the distrobuccal groove and the distal portion of the central groove. Lingual cusp ridge, it extends in a cervical direction to the middle third of the lingual surface. Mesial cusp ridge, the mesial cusp ridge extends mesially to the lingual groove. Distal cusp ridge, it extends distally to the distrolinguo-occlusal point angle area. The distal cusp is much the smallest and shortest of the five cusps, but is relatively sharp. Lingual cusp ridge, it extends mesiolingually to end in the distal pit area. Compared to other triangular ridges of posteriority, it is short and poorly defined. Mesial cusp ridge, the mesial cusp ridge extends from the cusp tip mesiobuccally to the distrobuccal groove. Its four cusp ridges are buccal cusp ridge. The buccal cusp ridge is once in a cervical direction and occupies much of the area surrounding the distrobuccal line angle. Lingual cusp ridge, it extends mesolingually to end in the distal pit area. Compared to other triangular ridges of posteriority, it is short and poorly defined. Mesial cusp ridge, the mesial cusp ridge extends from the cusp tip mesiobuccally to the distrobuccal groove. Distal cusp ridge, it forms the buccal portion of the distal border of the occlusal surface and extends in a lingual direction rather than distal. Transverse ridges, there are no transverse ridges on the occlusal surface of the mandibular first molar. Marginal ridges, two marginal ridges are named mesial and distal marginal ridges and enclose those limits of the occlusal surface. Fossas. Three fossas are present. Central fossa, as the name implies, this fossa is located in the central. There are three recognizable fossa on the occlusal table, with the central fossa encompassing by for the largest area portion of the occlusal table. It is circular in shape and largest and deepest of the three fossas. It is bounded by the triangular ridges of the four major cusps as well as the distal cusp ridges of the mesiobuccal and the mesiolingual cusp and the mesial cusp ridges of the distobuccal and distrolingual cusps. Mesial triangular fossa. The mesial triangular fossa has a location and limits similar to the same fossas on other posterior. It is deeper and more distant than the distal triangular fossa. Its boundaries include the mesial marginal ridges, triangular ridges of the two mesial curves, and the mesial cusp ridges of the two mesial cusps. Distal triangular fossa. This fossa has locations similar to its counterparts on the posterior teeth. It is the shallowest and least distinct of the three occlusal fossas on this tooth. It is bounded by the portions of the distal cusp, portions of the distal cusp and distal marginal ridges, as well as the triangular ridges of the distal and distrolingual cusp. Pits and grooves. The central pit is located in the central fossa and is the deepest pit on the occlusal surface. This is the central pit. It is situated. The occlusal surface of the first molar has the most complex groove pattern of any of the mandibular molars. Midway mesiodistally and more than halfway from buccal to the lingual, it is at the junction of three primary developmental grooves. Number one is the mesiobuccal groove, central groove. This groove, mesiobuccal groove, this groove stands from the central pit central pit buccally onto the buccal surface. It is most lingual portion. It is confluent with the mesial portion of the central groove. Distobuccal groove. The distobuccal groove stands in a distobuccal direction from the central pit onto the buccal surface. In its most lingual area, it is confluent with the distal portion of the central groove. Lingual groove. The lingual groove extends from the central pit lingually on the lingual surface. This is the lingual groove. This is the mesiobuccal developmental groove. This is the distobuccal developmental groove. Lingual groove extends from the central pit lingually onto the lingual surface. Mesial pit. The mesial pit is situated halfway buccolingually in the deepest area of the mesial triangular fossa. It is not as deep as the central pit. This pit is the junction of the four developmental grooves. Distobuccal groove. The distobuccal groove stands in the distobuccal direction from the central pit onto the buccal surface. In its most lingual area, it is confluent with the distal portion of the central groove. Lingual groove, this is a lingual groove. It stands from the central pit lingually onto the lingual surface. Mesial pit, the mesial pit is situated halfway buccolingually in the deepest area of the mesial triangular fossa. It is not as deep as the central pit. This pit is the junction of four developmental grooves. Number one is the central groove, second is the mesiobuccal triangular groove, third is the mesial marginal groove, and mesiolingual triangular groove. Distal pit is located midway buccolingually in the depth of the distal triangular fossa. It is not so deep as the central or mesial pit. It is the union of three developmental grooves: central groove, distal portion, distal lingual triangular groove, distal marginal groove. The central groove is entirely extended from the mesial pit to the distal pit and includes its mesial portion, its distal portion, and segments of the mesiobuccal and distobuccal grooves. The central groove is entirely extends from the mesial pit to the distal pit and includes its mesial portion, its distal portion, and segments of the mesiobuccal and distobuccal grooves. This is the hexagonal shape towards the buccal. Buccal side से जब हम देखेंगे तो more of buccal surface seen of the occlusal view. Crown wider mesiodistally than distally. Hexagonal occlusal form with unequal sides. Crown tapers distally towards the smaller distal cusp. Less of lingual surface. Lingual convergence of crown with narrow lingual surface. Mesiodistal dimensions greater than buccolingual dimensions. This is a mesiobuccal and distobuccal cusps. This is a distobuccal developmental groove. Mesiobuccal developmental, this is a mesiobuccal developmental groove. This is a central groove. This is the lingual developmental groove. Mesiolingual and distrolingual cusp, mesial triangular fossa. This is the distal triangular fossa and distobuccal developmental groove. The mandibular first molar has a root trunk which bifurcates to form mesial and distal root branches. Both roots are widest buccolingually and both mesially. Both roots are widest buccolingually and both may have developmental depressions on the mesial and distal root surfaces, termed longitudinal grooves or root concavities. Mesial root, the mesial branch is the widest and strongest of the two roots. It curves mesially from the cervical line to the middle third and then angles slightly distally to the apex. Its buccal and lingual surfaces are convex throughout their length, while the mesial and distal surfaces are flattened to concave, depending on the presence and prominence of lingual longitudinal grooves. Distal root. The distal branch is generally smaller and weaker than the mesial root. It is usually straight, but on occasion it curves mesially or distally in the apical third. Normally, only the mesial root surface has a longitudinal groove. The buccal and lingual surfaces are convex throughout their length. Mid-root section in cross-section at this level, both roots are wider buccolingually and the mesial root has a larger outline. The outline is convex buccally and lingually on both roots. Mesially and distally, the outline is flattened or concave, depending on the presence and prominence of longitudinal grooves. Anatomical landmarks, elevations, 5 cusps with triangular ridges, mesial marginal and distal marginal, ridges, depressions, one major central fossa, and pit. Two minor fossas, mesial, triangular fossa, and distal triangular fossa. Developmental grooves. This is the zigzag central groove. In its mesiodistal course, mesiobuccal groove. This is a mesiobuccal groove. This is the distobuccal groove. This is the mesolingual. This is the lingual groove. Variations and anomalies. The first molar exhibits few developmental anomalies. On rare occasions, the crown may lack a distal cusp, mulberry molars. The mulberry molars, along with the Hodgkin's incisors, are a consequence of congenital syphilis on the first molars. The cusps are more centrally positioned on the occlusal table, creating a general appearance. The first molar exhibits three roots when the mesial root has buccal and lingual branches. Buccal pulp cavities, the pulp chamber is broad mesiodistally. It is almost rectangular in shape. There is a pulp horn beneath each cusp. This is the pulp horn. This structure is the pulp horn. Root canals, three main root canals. Mesial root has two root canals, while distal root has one root canal. The two mesial root canals appear in X-rays overlapping each other. Abnormalities you maybe find three or four roots, four root canals. This is the five aspects. This is the central groove. This is the mesial marginal ridge. This is the central pit and central fossa. Distal triangular fossa. Mesiobuccal groove. Different surfaces. This is the buccal surface. This is a mesial. This is a lingual. This is a distal surface. This is a buccal. This is a lingual. This is a mesial, and this is a distal surface. Identification features of mandibular first molar. The mandibular first molars have five cusps and two well-formed roots. Distal cusp is the smallest cusp and helps to identify the tooth and its sides. Sighted identification, smallest cusp, that is a distal cusp, helps in identifying the side. Roots often show distal curvature. Flow chart of the mandibular first molar crowns dwells from five lobes: mesiobuccal, distobuccal, mesiolingual, distolingual, and distal. Cusps, five cusps: mesiobuccal, distobuccal, mesiolingual, distolingual, and distal. Ridges, cusp ridges for each cusp: mesial cusp ridge, distal cusp ridge, triangular ridges of the cusp, buccal ridge on buccal cusp, lingual ridge on the lingual cusp, and marginal ridges, mesial and distal marginal ridge. Fossas, major fossa 1, central fossa irregular, and 2 minor fossas, mesial triangular fossa and distal triangular fossa. In maxillary first molar, 4 fossas, 2 major fossas and 2 minor fossas. In mandibular first molar, 1 major central fossa and 2 minor fossas, mesial triangular fossa and distal triangular fossa. Grooves are central developmental groove, mesiobuccal developmental groove, distrobuccal developmental groove, lingual developmental grooves. Pits. Central pit in central fossa, mesial pit in mesial triangular fossa, distal pit in distal triangular fossa, buccal pit on the buccal surface, lingual pit on the lingual surface. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
मैम रिजेस के पिक्चर दिखाते
Ridges की
जी.
Okay. This is a mesial marginal ridge. This is the distal marginal ridge. This is the triangular ridges. This one. This is the triangular ridges. Transverse ridges are not present. Okay.
मैम इससे पहली वाली स्लाइड पे
This one. आप ये देखना चाह रहे हो?
यस मैम.
5 cusp, ठीक है. This one mesiobuccal, distrobuccal and distal cusp. This is the mesiolingual cusp. This is the distrolingual cusp. 2 grooves present on the buccal speck, mesiobuccal developmental groove and distobuccal developmental groove. This is the lingual groove. This is a central groove. This is a distal triangular fossa. This is a mesial triangular fossa. Mesial pit, central pit and this is the distal pit. Okay. इसमें कितने फोसास होते हैं मैंडिबुलर फर्स्ट मोलर में? मैंडिबुलर फर्स्ट मोलर में कितने फोसास होते हैं?
3.
Yes, good. Number 1 is the major fossa, central fossa, and 2 minor fossas, mesial and distal triangular fossas. In maxillary first molar, 4 fossas, 2 major fossas and 2 minor fossas. In major fossas, central fossa and distal fossa, and minor fossas, mesial and distal triangular fossas. Okay.
मैम मीजियल और डिस्टल के आइडेंटिफिकेशन फीचर्स बता दें।
मीजियल एंड डिस्टल, मीजियल जो डिस्टल साइड है आपको उसमें आपको ये जो आपको डिस्टल कस्प है वो शॉर्ट नज़र आएगा, आप उसको इजीली उसे आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो। ठीक है, साइड आइडेंटिफिकेशन या प्रॉक्सिमल में जब आप इसको आइडेंटिफाई करोगे तो उसमें स्मॉलेस्ट कस्प जो होगा वो क्या होगा, उसमें आपको डिस्टल कस्प हेल्प्स इन द आइडेंटिफाइंग द साइड। ठीक है, आप उसको डिस्टली जो है फौरन से आप आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो कि डिस्टल कस्प जो है वो स्मॉलेस्ट है। ठीक है, और क्या है, रूट्स ऑफन शो डिस्टली कर्वेचर, और जो मीजियल है वो आपका लार्ज कस्प होगा, और इसमें क्या होगा, आपका जो डिस्टल कस्प है वो आपका हेल्प करेगा इन आइडेंटिफाइंग द साइड। जनरली आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करोगे, उसमें ये कि आपके मैंडिबुलर फर्स्ट मोलर के 5 कस्प्स होंगे और 2 रूट्स होंगे। ठीक है, और इसी तरीके से डिस्टल कस्प इज द स्मॉलेस्ट एंड हेल्प्स आइडेंटिफाई द टूथ। ओके, एनी क्वेश्चंस? Most important tooths are mandibular and maxillary molars. Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.